Wait. So late.
Literally not. Also, I just noticed, why is the stream is not in the Discord? Hello? Ping cord? Hello? Why is the bot not pinging? Wow, ping cord's just down. It's actually down. All right, well, I guess I have to do the ping today. I hate doing that. I hate pinging people. I'd rather have a robot do it for me. It didn't even like, hold on. Now it's not even embedding right. It's not even embedding like the stream. It just says, okay, well,
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
What the fuck? Okay, so I'm gonna just.
Fine. You are my little ping cord.
Why is it there? Okay, so I'm just gonna. And my hand tracker's not on. God damn it! I knew this would happen. Okay, quick little just. If anything's broken, please tell me. If you notice something isn't working, please tell me. I had a problem over the last few days where okay. So for people in the Discord, you know, I'll do the hellos and intros in a second. I just need to get this out of the way. I made an alt Twitch. Not gonna post it here. If you're in the Discord, you know about it. Apparently, profiles on OBS, I don't expect anybody to know what those are, does not change anything other than like the settings of the account you're touching. Flip down. What the fuck? I got you. I saved it locally. Why are you not connecting? Why are you not? It's connected. What is wrong with you? Twitch. Sammy. Oh, okay, there we go. Now it's working. Anyway, what is going on is I changed my profile on OBS, signed into the alt Twitch account. I thought on that profile I could edit my scenes, so I deleted my alerts. I deleted Tangia. I deleted my bots. I deleted the chat cat. I deleted a bunch of stuff that we use over here that I don't want on the alt account. Then the next day I swapped back to the main account. And all that stuff was gone. So I had to re-add everything.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Hopefully, nothing's like broke. Everything should be back because thankfully I'm a genius and I set up my OBS in a very nice way so that I can nuke this entire scene we're on right now and it doesn't break anything because I can just recreate it and pull in everything I need again because I'm so smart and I thought about it. And I'm really good at this whole stream thing at this point. Notwithstanding a few things. So if anything's not working, that's why. If you catch it and I don't catch it, tell me. I will fix it. But I think it's working. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, hi Fat Hellcat, Leo, Proto, Mike, Jay, Spectre, anybody else here? Hello. There's a new mod view for the mods in the mobile app. So if you're on iOS, you have it. If you're on Android, tough shit according to Twitch. I don't know when it's coming. If you're on Android, I don't know when you're going to get it, but I'm on iOS and I have an activity feed now. I have quick actions. I have auto mod queue. I have mod actions. It's really nice. But if you're on Android, yeah. How's everybody's week? How's everybody's week been? No one told me. Wait, no one. Oh, no one told me imaging computers would take 2 hours just for it to boot. I mean, depends on the computer. I assume it's like a uni PC, so it's not the most modern cutting edge.
Sometimes it leads to
Why is this so far up?
It's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Okay, there, that's better. There, I think that should be better. 80 stream watch streak. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Going great. Loving life. Glad it's going well, Proto. Have you made any progress on like getting your stream started, by the way? I saw you talking about it in Flem's chat like a week or so ago. But I don't remember what you said. I remember you mentioning something about stream. I got a PNG. Fuck yeah. Progress. Download VideoTube. What is VideoTube? I don't know what that is. What's VideoTube? VideoTube. VideoTube. What is that? It's like a PNG YouTuber app. VTuber app. Oh, it's this thing. I've seen this. It's this thing. I've seen this. I remember this. I've seen this. I've seen this app. This seemed cool. I saw some people really pull off some unexpected behavior with PNGs with it, so I learned I could stream right now on my PlayStation. Apparently, Streamlabs has partnered with TikTok to let people stream. I know no one gives a shit about this. I barely do.
Become 2D.
Speaking of things that are broken. Ooh, hold on. There we go. All right. See, past me is very smart because I made it that easy. I fixed it in less than like 2 seconds. Hey, Flem, welcome in. I broke my entire OBS yesterday. Oh my God. Oh yeah, Flem, can I talk about what we played off stream? Yeah, okay. We tried content warning off stream. I don't have any clips to show you guys or anything. There's some funny moments, but I haven't like edited them or anything. That game's weird. For people that don't know what content warning is, hold on. Flem, do you have like a clip from content warning I can share or anything? Have you edited anything with our goofs and gaffs? I've got the webums. You know what? Yeah, let me just pull up a random web of content warning real quick that I have. Hold on. That might just be fun. Hold on. Do I have the full one? Okay. This might work. So, for people that don't know what content warning is, it is a game like Lethal Company where you and your friends are essentially given, what is it, about a minute of footage on a camera to use. And whoever's carrying the camera becomes the de facto cameraman. Granted, anybody can pick up the camera. You go into a spooky giant level with weird entities and creatures in it. And essentially, you record little highlights. You record little highlights and whatever you want. You come back home if you survive the run, and you upload them to, I think it's called SpookTube in-game. We checked it out a little bit off stream. I'm not going to pretend like anything that we did get was gold, but for people that don't know what it is, it's essentially, this is what you're doing. Sir, we just would like to ask one question. Oh, it's an egg beater. Flem, it's coming for you. It's going to beat you. Head out.
That's not good.
Ow! He's so loud.
Ask him a question.
So it's just quick little snippets that you can record. You go back and watch them. I hear Rich. Mr. Eggbeater, how do you feel about being branded KitchenAid and not Cuisine Art? You cheap bastard.
He's not liking it.
I don't know if we're ever gonna play this on stream. It has a lot of bugs. It is a small dev team from my understanding. I think it's like 3 people or so. It's really, really small. Rich fucking dies. It's charming. It's fun. I mean, I'm honestly, even if you don't stream or anything, I would recommend trying it. It does have some bugs though. The audio balance can be a little weird. The behavior of the creatures can be a little funky, and I believe when Flem streamed it, he didn't have any trouble with what you're seeing here, which is a receptacle that you have to dump the camera into at the end of a run. We were having trouble with it. We could not get the camera to go into this goddamn box. I don't think we have any video of it. We didn't record that part. but we were spending a good minute, 2 minutes after every run trying to just get the camera to go into the thing to process it. One of these attempts, Rich got stuck in the box and he couldn't get out. So I'd recommend it. It's cool. I don't know how it's gonna grow. I don't know how much staying power it has. I don't think it has as much staying power as Lethal Company, sadly, but it's interesting. It's fun. It was also an April Fool's joke game. Was it? Was it released on April 1st? Yeah. Wait, I think you mentioned that, Flem. I don't remember though. It's been a few days since we played it, and my memory's starting to get overwritten.
What took you so long, idiot?
But it's a cool game. Go check out Content Warning. It's interesting. Old? What do you mean old? I'm just busy. I got shit going on. All right, before we play Jack and Daxter, I got a video I wanted to watch about old games are apparently being played more than modern games. I saw this article of what, 6 days ago? And then I found a video that's talking about it. And I did watch about 2-3 minutes of Everyone playing A Hat in Time. Are they? I almost played that tonight. Because I was sitting here, I was going, what's a good game to stream in the background while I talk? FF's my default. But Hat in Time would be fun. And you all motherfuckers got me back into Dark Souls. I was playing Dark Souls 2 for like 4 hours last night. I'm blaming every one of you. Man, Souls 2 is so good. I do have some thoughts on Souls 2, though. Going back to play it after playing 3 for a good 6 or 12 hours on stream. Souls 2 is very, very weird. We'll talk about it later. Souls 2 feels very strange, and I noticed why it feels so strange. But man, it's so good. I accidentally put almost a whole box of pasta into my boiling water. Which isn't that what you do with it? Don't you put the pasta, like the whole box? What? Hold on. Don't you put the whole box of pasta into the pot? Is Fortnite a decade old now? Oh, God. It did not come out in 2014. You are gaslighting me. Yeah, y'all are liars. Holy shit. 2017. Fortnite came out in 2017. Yeah, no? What do you mean? Wait, hold on. No, as in you don't put the pasta into... hold on. How do you make pasta? I'm actually like confused. Hold up. Proper way to prepare spaghetti. Is Gordon Ramsay Italian enough? This is 10 years old, right? This is 1 minute and 30 seconds. We'll do this one. It's also penny pasta? What does that mean? There's 8 servings in a box. I don't need 8 servings. Oh, I didn't think about that. I did not think about servings.
Penny D's nuts.
Flem, hold on, I don't know if Flem is still here. Everyone who's on Flem stream, did he beat Titanfall 2 yet? If this is a bad video, I'm timing you out, Leo. Man, A Hat in Time is so good. Dude, it's so good. It nailed so much of Sunshine. Bouncing on the little like cables across buildings. I love Hat Kid's like
So
little
loud
pillow
warning.
thing. I mean loud warning. We'll do A Hat in Time at some point. I promise. We have to. What is penne pasta? You put salt in the water?
Pasta from sticking together.
You put oil in the water too? I thought you just boiled raw spaghetti is unhinged. You gotta coat it with something. I don't know. It needs something on it. I don't even like Spain stream. I still wanna make cookies on stream with everybody. I think that'd be fun. Like baking is one of the only other cooking styles that I'm confident with. Making snickerdoodles would be fun. I tried putting glasses on over my contacts that I was going blind. Have you ever Flem, have you ever just sat there and dug at your eye thinking the contact is still in? Stream. You ever just clawed your eye out? Just really got your fingers back. You feel a little pop and the pressure changes and then you can just pull it out. Thankfully, no. Have you seen that video of have you guys seen the video of the lady that had, I think it was 4 years worth of contact lenses behind her eye? Let me see if I can find it. Can I show you all a really, really gross video? Let's see it.
No. No, I don't think
It's not that bad, but it contains graphic content.
Go for
Look
it.
at graphic content. There's no blood in this. It's someone just pulling. It looks like mucus out of the eye, but then it's content. This isn't TOS, right? It's fine. Not sir. It's just an eyeball, right? Eyeballs are okay, right? All right. Anybody who's squeamish, this video is 40 seconds, so let's say a minute and 50. That way, so I have time to like pause and yap. If you're not squeamish, well, this eye doctor thought she'd encountered her Guinness Book of World Record moment
Zoom in.
after peeling 23 contact lenses.
You can see this piece
How do you even do this?
more.
It's like a Minecraft spawner. All right, video's over. How do you even do that, though? I know people are squeamish, so I'm going to get that off of the screen. But it's... I believe the story is, by the way, that she had either Alzheimer's or was an older woman who was losing sensitivity in her eye or something. It was something dealing with age that I remember being like the story behind it, which makes it slightly sad, but I'm still going to watch it for entertainment value. What happened to her is a fear of mine. I'm going to pull the video back up. Hold on. Back when I first started getting contacts. Hold on. When I first started getting contacts, squeamish people, minimize stream for like 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. This was my fear. My fear was like, what if the contact rolls behind my eyeball and it gets stuck back there? Like, what do I do? How do I get it out? I got one stuck like that, and it was painful and annoying as fuck. I'd imagine so. I've had eyelashes in my eye, and it's terrible. Please tell me when it's done. Okay, all right, the video's gone. What were we talking about before I hard-lined us into contact lenses? No,
over.
it's just... What were we talking about? We're talking about something. Pasta? We're talking about spaghetti. Thank you, Mike. A good recipe? What is this? Hold on. I need to see what this is first. You were talking about A Hat in Time. Oh, yes! Yes! A Hat in Time. We'll play that at some point for sure. Love A Hat in Time. It's fine for stream. Is this one of those like... Is this one of those rage bait videos?
One whole egg, milk. Hold the jug with one hand. Secret is to get that really nice smooth paste, but whisking that egg first.
Did he ever redeem himself from the grilled cheese that he didn't know how to make?
Don't put all the milk in, because then you're going to get lumpy.
By the way,
mix. The secret
or
formula
no.
is to have a nice thin teaspoon. That helps bring
I saw that
a
one.
nice crispy edge to the mixture.
Bro, I'm sorry. No.
Look at that.
What's the real recipe? Does he put chips in the real recipe?
It helps to create a nice, thin, even surface. I want that. That's what I'm looking for. In there. Nice.
He did another one with the audience recently.
Yeah, but was it good? Rip grilled cheese. How the fuck don't you know? We don't know what. I know the grilled cheese.
The exciting part, a little shake. That releases it. And then just shake it to the end.
Hold on, can we talk about the grilled cheese first? Okay, hold on. For people that don't know, we're not gonna get to Jack and Daxter tonight. I like that grilled cheese was the default autofill. Okay, so for people that don't know, Gordon Ramsay made a grilled cheese a long time ago. Really, it was only, there's no way it was only 3 years. And he picked cheese that does not melt. He barely heated the cheese up in the first place, and the whole thing came out barely toasted and really bougie for a grilled cheese and just cold. May need to react Andy Day. Oh, it'll happen. Oh, where's the grilled cheese?
But they're certainly quite amazing for a grilled cheese, especially when you have these incredible cheeses. A Romano with pepperberry and Asiago.
Too complex already.
I mean,
Too many syllables.
to do the ultimate grilled cheese
Craft
with this,
singles.
it's a dream come true.
All you need.
I'm going to just cut nice
3 syllables for your cheese. 3 syllables.
so I can take off the rind easily. Okay.
Just get a base cheddar. Just
Make the cheese
Kraft Singles American cheddar. And here, I'm gonna elevate your grilled cheese game. Kraft Singles American cheddar. You toast the inside of the bread lightly. You put just a little bit of sriracha on the inside of the like the bottom or top piece, whatever you want. You butter the outside of the bread. I don't butter the inside of the bread. It's too much butter. You put both pieces of bread in your pan. You cook them about halfway. Then you put your American cheddar on one piece.
Damn, Gordon, you are too thick. I mean, the cheese.
Then you grab some, I usually just use shredded sharp cheddar, just a small bit of shredded sharp cheddar, and lightly cover the other piece. Now put a top over top of the pan so that the heat gets trapped. It melts the cheese. That way so the shredded cheese doesn't fall off when you go to flip and combine the two pieces. After, I don't know, depends on your heat, but after about 30 seconds to a minute, check it. Then if it's melted sufficiently, you flip it together and you judge if you need to continue from there based on your preference. But just a little bit of sharp cheddar on top of the American cheddar and a little bit of sriracha for spice. It's so good. It's so good. Also, use real butter. Don't use like country crocker or whatever it's called. It's garbage. Use real butter. Mozzarella cheese and grilled cheese is amazing. Never had it. Hold on. This is almost a whole box of pasta. Bro, that's a meal. That is like food for me. It's like one meal. Hold on, let me like zoom this in. This is a whole meal. What do you mean? That is a lot of pasta though. I've never had penne pasta. I've never had anything but spaghetti. Like, I've never had lasagna. The plate's bigger than my head. Someone in chat's about to have a what moment at me saying that. There it is. I've never had lasagna. I've never had the little like bow tie pasta. I've only had macaroni, and I've only had spaghetti. I mean, what kind of pasta is SpaghettiOs? Never had lasagna, but you're a cat. How? I just have it. I've never had a hamburger. Ever. I've never had that's not a stream bit either. I've literally never had a hamburger. I have one of my psychologists a long time ago like stop our therapy session live and go, "No, we're going to go to Wendy's right now. We're going to get you one of the little slider burgers." I didn't take the offer. Cells from another world. I've had beef, but I've had like shitty beef. I've had really shitty beef and I didn't like the flavor of beef. I'm barely big on pork.
Why are you the way that you are?
I don't know. I mean I ate a plethora of food when I was younger. It's just as I got older, my taste got more. I don't have what's it called, like afrid, whatever the like food thing is where you can't, or like there's a really strong psychological barrier. I don't think I have that. There's a psychological barrier, but it's more of a, I just don't like the fear of new textures and flavors. So it's actually a cat alien.
I mean, so beautiful. And then with the Asiago again down,
The what? Like,
and literally
when the cheeses cost more than the bread for your grilled cheese, I feel like you're already fucking it up. For people that don't know though, these are the cheeses, and then
baked country bread.
he uses some fancy like sesame seed topped baked bread. What is this sauce that he puts on this? What is this? Is that butter? What is that?
Especially when you get that nice crispy texture. Again, cover it.
Can you leave butter out?
Okay. We'll season the outside with some salt.
Why are you salting the inside of the bread?
From there, layer
Oh, it's the outside.
your cheese
Bruh.
and sort of almost tailor make it.
These
in a way
cheeses
that
do not
is
melt properly.
almost fitted to the bread. And the secret behind this grilled cheese is a little bit of kimchi.
No. This is a. I miss Alton Brown. I miss Alton Brown. I can't do porridge or oatmeal. I love oatmeal, but it has to be like a thicker oatmeal. I've never had porridge. I've had grits, but I've never had porridge. I mean, cheese will always cost more than bread. Yeah.
I miss my wife Tylee's.
Who's Tylee's? Tails? Like, where are you buying your cheese that it costs more than the bread if you're just getting basic bitch American cheddar? It shouldn't be more than bread. It'll melt probably. Wait, this cheese doesn't melt. Or are you talking about the butter? I assume you're talking about the butter, Flem. Well, that's the point that it melts though, because butter that's left out is easily spreadable. So if you're buying sticks of butter, do you refrigerate them, or can you like take it out of the fridge and then leave it just out on a butter tray? Will it spoil? Like, is that okay?
Homemade kimchi, which is going to give a nice spicy texture to
No.
that incredible cheese.
No.
The acidity in this kimchi is incredible.
I have a theory about this, by the way. I have a theory about this sandwich he made in particular.
And then from there, push that down.
Specifically, anyone who's been following Gordon Ramsay on social media, he seems to really like rage bait food videos to like react to.
All in.
For a while anyway. And I'm curious if this was meant to be rage bait for grilled cheese people.
Temperature up. Just like
It's like those McDonald's hash browns we watched a month ago where they put caviar on them.
down. Nice. Lift up.
Because nobody makes a grilled cheese like this. I'm sorry. If I went over to a friend's house and they went, yo, you want a grilled cheese? And I went, sure. And I saw them bring firewood in, put it in the fireplace, light the fire, and get like an old cast iron fire pit skillet. I'm sorry. That's a no.
Turn that over. Push that down. That way it gets nice and crispy. Beautiful. Kimchi side. And then once you've
It
covered
has to
both
be
sides
rage
back
bait.
out,
Imagine doing that on a fire, dude. What? It's unhinged.
and push down. And that helps to get the cheese nicely melted.
It's so unclean. It's actually not as dirty as you think it would be. You can cook over most wood without any concern. It's only wood that's been like treated with chemicals that you need to be careful of.
And also
Due to the heat, it's usually pretty sterile.
that beautiful Turn that over.
Look at the cheese though. It's not even melted. This is such an old video, but like it's not even melted. It's just oil's coming out of it. There's no.
Ah yes, I would like some more charred bread, please.
This video had to be rage bait. I think he does a cross section. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. Hold on. Show it to the camera. No, show the cross section. Bro, it's not melted. None of that is cooked. Has to be rage babe. Has to be. If you want to know how to make a real grilled cheese, go watch Alton Brown. Wow, look at that. You type in Alton Brown, it just completes the grilled cheese. Go watch this video and go make a grilled cheese the way Alton Brown teaches you.
You know, few such arrangements are capable of
change your
stimulating
life.
So much desire, so much nostalgia, so much saliva. And yet, for me, these words represent disappointment, dishonesty, and disillusionment. That's because
Okay, I can't watch this on stream. I'm gonna like actually start watching this. This is from, what was his show called? Cooking with Babish is awesome. We're not talking about Babish. We're talking about Alton Brown, the best cook. I love Alton Brown so much. He was very fun to watch when I was younger, and he's still fun now because he didn't just do what most cooking shows did. Good Eats. Oh, it was just Good Eats. Good Eats is super good. Go watch it. It's on the Food Network. If you can just find it somewhere, just binge all of it. It's all fun. Alton Brown had a very... I want to be clear. I'm not comparing him to Bill Nye here in any way other than just presentation of the original Bill Nye TV show. He had a very educational presentation where it wasn't just about, oh, we're making this today. It's the history of the food and the chemistry that goes into it and why we distribute heat the way we do or why we simmer things for as long as we do. And not just a quick flyover statement of, oh, we simmer it down to reduce blah, 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 blah. He'll break down the actual science behind it. It was very interesting to watch and very fun.
large chimney starters worth of charcoal already started and piled up just on one
Babish
side
is great
of the
though.
grill. Yes,
I do like
use
Babish's
natural
channel.
chunk charcoal because I'm naturally chunky. As for the actual ingredients, for two sandwiches, you're
Bro,
gonna need 4 half-inch
these
slices
look so
of
good
the
already.
hearty, country-style bread. All right, you're gonna need some fat for this. If you're a butter fan, go ahead and spread a little on both sides. If, however, you prefer olive oil, hold off until we're just a little bit closer to the fire time. As for the cheese, I believe that 2 cheeses.
The cheese and all of the
sharp, but I want
seasonings
nuts,
look
I want
so
a
good
little
already.
Spice. I want the edges to crust, yet I want a high gooiness factor. So I've got 3 ounces of extra sharp cheddar cheese and 3 ounces of Gruyere. And yes, I grated them myself, and yes, I can tell the difference. By the way, no pre-grated bag stuff, or I'll find out about it and I'll be unhappy. All right.
I always use pre-bagged sharp cheddar. He does put in a bunch of other stuff. So he puts in like smoked paprika,
ground black pepper. Now you could
black peppers, and some other things.
leave any
You use
or all of these
slices,
out.
totally
You're
fine.
not going to, and we both know it. Good. Now, as far as
Same, I just don't have a
goes,
grater. Graters are dirty.
Favorite pair of spring-loaded tongs, and check this out.
I can't do graters.
Make them both into shallow.
Leo, are you
tubes
good?
with, just a little bit of lip, and here is why. Because I'm going to evenly distribute the cheese.
If you've never made a grilled cheese like this, it'll literally change your life, I
I'm
promise.
going to spill a little.
You gotta go try it.
Put the cheese down off direct heat. You want indirect heat on the cheese or it will burn. Now you're going to have to move this around and shift it several times during the 6 to 9
I have
minutes
not had a better grilled cheese than when I did it this way.
bubbly. And listen, hey, seriously, when this stuff starts bubbling, don't look right at it or you will become hypnotized, I promise. Leave that alone. Let's prep the bread. Now, I do want to go with olive oil, so I'm just going to kind of spritz this down lightly on both
I wonder if
sides.
YouTube will yeet my VOD for watching Good Eat. Not good. Well, it is Good Eats. Yeah, probably. They're very protective of Food Network.
Direct heat. And here's the danger. this stuff could burn. So you're gonna have to really keep an eye on it and keep it moving. I am not going to leave this spot now that the bread is
The
down.
cheese looks so good already.
Ooh, see, that one's obviously a little warm, so we're gonna move it over here. All right, I'm gonna take that one off and go to the foil. That's gonna be for sandwich one.
Are there any good cooking streamers?
These guys go pretty well together. We've got to move the cheese over, and this is gonna be a lot easier than it looks. Kind of.
Does anybody have any cooking streamer
down
recommendations?
The lips a little bit. Slide.
Oh my
to
god.
the sandwich. Bread goes over, and then just wrap that up. We're gonna put this back on the heat just for a couple of minutes.
This is so much work for grilled cheese, but
Now let's build this other one.
this is way too much work for a grilled cheese, but it's so good.
That, my friends, is a grilled sandwich prepared from grilled cheese. Now, I know some of you may complain that the spatulas actually function as a griddle, but you know what? In the words of my 13-year-old daughter, whatever. Remember, America.
Ah. Go watch Good Eats. Good Eats is really good. Alton Brown's awesome too. And Babish. If you don't know what, if you just Google binging with Babish. Super good channel. Look at Astro Spiff cooking stream. It's the best. Hold on. I will make notes of these. Astro Spiff. And good. Can't recommend Onigiri though. What? Then. Oh. He's not a cooking streamer? Wait, hold on. Is Astral Spiff the I don't know how to even find this clip. There's a clip of a streamer cooking something in a kitchen. He's got, I believe, a tank top on, and he's got an apron, and I think he has a beard, and he's got longer hair. And someone in chat is asking, "Hey, what mic are you using? It sounds really nice." And he goes to respond, and then the mic is blown out. It's cutting every half of a second completely, and then blasting back in at full volume. That's S-Fan. Okay, so you guys know. Hold on. For people that don't know, please be easy to find. Yes.
What mic do you use? It sounds great.
I don't know. I've never.
I believe that mic is an Antlion Audio Bluetooth 3.0. I believe that's Antlion because I had their mic that came out just before this one. Super good microphone, really nice. You should show the one episode with Gordon Ramsay trying to make her grilled cheese with extra high quality cheese that doesn't properly melt and the bread ends up getting burnt. We literally just watched it. That's why I pulled up the Alton Brown video to show a real grilled cheese. But hi, Vivi. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if we're gonna watch this whole video. But the article for this was interesting. And yes, Fortnite is not an old game, but it is not a recent game at this point. Fortnite's 7 years old. Like, it's not new.
Just 66 titles saw 80% of the playtime in 2023. Most of them being old, quotation mark, games like Fortnite or Grand Theft Auto 5. Well, I mean, by the definition, yes, that is true. See, I've been seeing this statement being bandied around a little bit as if it is an indication that the good old days were simply so much better than they are today. But the good old days, well, in this case, the good old days are still pretty much the bad current year days, in my opinion. And the whole thing
games have always sucked on release.
As well. We had reports from 2022 as well, basically.
AAA games are the ones that's gotten worse.
As it turns out that a game literally designed to be played forever Fortnite is being played forever. I know.
I was thinking about this earlier because I watched, I think I said at the start of stream, but I did catch the first like 3 minutes of this video from an Asman Reacts, and then I stopped because I wanted to watch it on my stream. But the video isn't explicitly about this. I still want to mention it though. I don't like the argument of the good old days because games have always had rocky releases. And yes, I think it has gotten inarguably worse when it comes to more higher profile games. Not necessarily AAA only, but definitely the closer you skew to AAA, the more the release of a game is kind of lorded over internally, it feels like, with the, oh, we could just patch it after it comes out. We just leave that in. We could just patch that. Instead of what it probably used to be, which was, this is a big, important game. We need to make sure it's not a dumpster fire because we can't easily patch it. We can silently release a version 1.2, 1.3, a la Nintendo with Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword, which had game-breaking bugs where your save could be corrupted to the point of, oh, you're, 70 hours into the game and now it's unplayable. You literally can't progress or go back. You've like hard locked into a room, and Nintendo had that happen on both of those games, and the solution was to either put your save on an SD card, send it off to Nintendo, or literally mail your entire Wii to Nintendo and get your device back with the patch implemented. Granted, they then sent out a newer version of the game to stores for future customers that did not have the bug, but they couldn't patch it. I mean, I believe it was Skyward Sword that got an update channel specifically on the Wii so that they could patch the game, because patching still wasn't a thing really back then. It was just becoming a thing finally. And Nintendo didn't have anything built in like Sony did or Xbox did. Sony and Microsoft, my bad. Mailing the whole ass Wii. I'm glad I missed that bug. For people who don't know, I can't remember what the Skyward Sword one was. I believe it was a dungeon you could get soft locked into with a key. On Twilight Princess, it was specifically if you did the quest chain where, I'm calling it a quest chain, Jesus Christ. If you did the portion of the game where you have to get the bridge back to Hyrule Field right after, I forget which dungeon. Was it the forest dungeon? I can't remember which dungeon it was. But you get the bridge back. Midna places the bridge back down. If you cross the bridge and then immediately close the game, essentially what happens is the game saves Link's last position as that side of the bridge, but the bridge wasn't saved as being returned yet. So you'll actually load into the game on the other side, and the bridge is now missing. And since you can't get back any other way, you're stuck on that side of the bridge, and you can't progress any storyline because there's no storyline to progress on that side now that the save has reverted back to before the bridge was even set. So the flag needed to progress the story in the first place was never even set, essentially anyway. And the solution was to mail your whole Wii back to Nintendo.
Shocker. But what I think is more important and interesting to point out about this entire survey here, which basically suggests that most of the games played are simply quite old. On PC, 9.6 years. On PlayStation, 7.4. Xbox, 7.2, with only the Nintendo Switch having a 3.9. Now, a 4-year period is hardly a blink of an eye, but
you know what? I'm not going to rant about Nintendo. We've ranted about Nintendo constantly. I'll be positive about Nintendo for once on my stream. Nintendo just makes good games still. I'm not a fan of Mario Odyssey. I'm not a fan of the direction Zelda's going in. But they still have super, super good games. to the point of, yes, you can go back and play them, but the majority of players at the time are going to focus on the current game because each subsequent entry is solid from Nintendo. They're always solid. Odyssey, it would be asinine of me to go, Tears of the Kingdom isn't a solid Zelda game, or Mario Odyssey isn't a solid Mario. No, they're fucking great. They're very solid. I just don't like them. Wow, good old Nintendo. Hi, Storm. Welcome in, man. Howdy, you got my cracker, spam, and cheese. Lose the spam, and I'll agree. Be cool if they give you a Zelda skin for your Wii, like a nice surprise. That'd be fun. Like, it'd be like having to go out of your way for that. If they would have given you something else back, that would have been nice. But it's modern Nintendo. Yes, I would be very much on the side of, yeah. Where's my like little compensation thing? What the hell? I just lost my console for 2 weeks because of you guys. Nintendo, back when the Wii and the Wii U were a thing, that era of Nintendo was
Sometimes it leads
weirdly
to very
rocky.
little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
But like the video's gonna probably touch on this. I have a feeling, but if the average years on the market for the top 10 games on like PC is almost a decade, and almost, well, I almost said almost 8. If we're rounding up, it's not even that. If we're rounding down, if it's 7 years old for Sony and for Microsoft's communities, like it's, I think all it does is speak to the lack of not only innovation, but interesting stories on newer games. Like, who cares? Who cares about going to play a game like Forspoken that just came out that was like super shiny and had a lot of marketing behind it? Who cares about like, I'm gonna be honest, Dragon's Dogma is so niche, I barely care about it. And the only reason that a lot of people seem to care about it at the moment was the discourse over it and how loud Dragon's Dogma fans are. And I can say the same thing about Elden Ring. And we saw it with Elden Ring. We saw it the same. Like, I'm a huge FromSoft fan. I love their games. But Elden Ring had a very hilarious little trajectory when it launched, at least online, of people going, oh man, Elden Ring looks so cool. I'm so hyped. My friends are excited for it. They said it's really challenging. And yeah, I like challenges. The amount of people I saw getting just bounced off of from that game due to the FromSoft design and the FromSoft difficulty and the lack of handholding and the demands that it does ask of a player. It's why we had that whole discourse of, should we have a difficulty slider? Are games like this not accessible enough for people? Why go check out something that you're not confident you're going to like if it doesn't do anything that genuinely interests you? Because maybe this is naive, but I'm going to wager not a, what's the word I want? Shoot, my mind's blanking. What is the word for an amount of something that negligible? A non-negligible amount of those people that went, Elden Ring looks so good, didn't even care. Insignificant? Okay, that's a better word. A not insignificant amount of those people that were going, man, Elden Ring looks so cool, didn't care about the lore. They didn't care about the world. They didn't care about the intrigue that the architecture in that world brings. They only cared because they saw hype behind it and they saw that their friends like it and were hyping it up as the biggest Souls type game. And going, nah, man, this is the one you got to get into. This is the Souls game. This is going to be the one. This is the peak one. The other ones, I know, I get you didn't like them, but this one's going to be different. It's open world now. So they probably got excited over that. And then they bounced off the game as hard as possible because why wouldn't they? It's literally Dark Souls. If you don't like Dark Souls, you're not going to like Elden Ring. If we're talking strictly from an accessibility perspective and the demands that the game asks anyway. There's an argument to be made, of course, for the open world provides a different experience, so therefore someone might like it over Dark Souls because of the open world experience. But if we're talking about what was the inciting incident for all of the conversations that led to, we need a difficulty slider. These games are too hard. Not true. I started with Elden Ring, but hated Souls games originally. Why did you like Elden Ring versus Souls, though? Because I just responded to your case, but I want to see if I responded to why your experience is this. It seemed more accessible. But why, though? Is it because it's open world and there's less of a demand to go down a path that is difficult when you have more options to just like walk around things? Is that how it's more accessible? Because this is actually really interesting. If that's why, I'm curious. Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's interesting to me because I disagree entirely with that. I think from a not so narrow and unavoidable, that's weird. I need to play Elden Ring again just to confirm that I'm not gaslighting myself into believing that I'm correct in this thinking. I don't think the games are different in that regard. I think Elden Ring and Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 so far are all just as open when it comes to the option you have in regards to fighting things, at least on a large scale. If you find the catacombs too hard, you don't have to go there. You can go to New Londo. And I'm going to tell you now, as a Souls player for a long time, you're going to find New Londo to be way too hard at the start because you literally cannot damage things down there without an item. If you find New Londo too hard, you can go to Undead Burg. If you find Undead Burg too difficult, you can probably sprint past it because it is, the default area for you, and you can make your way over to either Darkroot Garden, or you could find your way. Shit, what's the other path you can take? What's through Undead Burg after you go up and fight the giant Minotaur thing? There's two paths you can take there. But those are also options you have. One is actually hard progress. The other is an optional path you can go down first. The other route you could take is all the way through the back of New Londo. I believe you can get there early. And you can go through to Blighttown. So you could go there. And in Elden Ring, your options are essentially the same thing. The perceived freedom, I think, is larger because the world lets you meander around a field and not corridors, but the options are still limited. You have Caelid, you have the path to the city, you have the path to the underground area, and what else is in Elden Ring? What are the other main paths you can take? What was it? There was another path in Elden Ring. I haven't played Elden Ring enough to talk about it in detail. Apologies. I mean, it could be a perspective thing since I do actually like Souls games as a whole now and enjoy them thoroughly. I think it's a perspective thing. And people see the open world as more inviting because here's what's annoying. And this goes beyond games. I feel like people like to demand independence and demand agency from expectations that they have self-imposed. And where I'm going with that is when you play Dark Souls, if this is the case, you see that corridor and you see there's a tough enemy down it. And if you think that that's the only path, you feel like your independence and agency have been taken from you, and then that's a bad experience. If you're playing Elden Ring, though, you see a big, tough enemy, and you just go, I can just walk around him. Well, you can walk around him in every other FromSoft game.
Give me dopamine.
Yeah, it is kind of that. But in Dark Souls, you can also just walk around them. But walking around them means you're going back up the corridor, finding another corridor or another route to go. And that takes some just initiative. And a lot of people don't want to show the initiative. And this is getting back into the longer games, like conversation we had last week, where someone was complaining, or not someone, but many people have complained, fast travel needs to be in the game. I don't have time to play the game this long. I have a family. I have this. I set myself up in this scenario where I don't have time to do my extracurricular activities anymore because I decided to live this kind of life. And this kind of life demands sacrifices, and I don't want to make that kind of sacrifice. Okay, but that's not the game's problem. Forgot to mention that I used to not have patience for them. As I have gotten older, I enjoy them quite a lot more as the satisfaction and accomplishment. And as the satisfaction of accomplishment is intense. Man, I don't know why Shad doesn't like Dark Souls. I really don't. We're yapping a jacket it. Hi, Geekling. Welcome in. How Dark Souls took my wife and kids away. So you're an American that has never eaten burgers. You are different. Yeah? Yeah, that's fair. I've never had onions. I've never had onions either. But no, that's interesting that Elden Ring seems more accessible than Dark Souls does, because that's literally impossible. Bruh, don't underestimate my foodtism. Don't underestimate it. I haven't. There are foods I've never had that would drive you insane. What do you mean that's literally impossible? Cell, stay on top. Look, the last video we watched on stream that was 10 minutes, it took us an hour to get through it. That's interesting though, Storm. Well, whenever we go through the other Souls games, I might bring that back up. That's cool. I do like the perceived accessibility of Elden Ring compared to Souls, when I think Elden Ring is just as inaccessible. But I think it's inaccessible because I've played the other Souls games first.
The average development time of video games, a 4-year period of domination by certain titles, makes a lot of sense, really. And you also got Zelda, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonders, Mario Kart 8. Like, these aren't, Fortnite-style games. Or Grand Theft Auto, which has also kind of become a Fortnite game. Or Minecraft, Though there aren't a whole lot of, strictly speaking, single-player games on the list. Starfield. I don't know how the hell Starfield got on this list at all, honestly. There's gotta be a lot of very weird people out there, that's all I can really say. And Hogwarts Legacy. I think, if anything,
Starfield slipped onto this list right as it was being quantified, and then right after the list finished, it must have immediately nosedived. Can't wait for Flim Takes Cell to eat stream. I want to know how Flem is saying that's literally impossible that I've never had an onion. I've had Funyuns. Does that count? Back when I was younger, like when I used to, I don't like them anymore. When I used to eat beans, I forget what kind. Like if I saw onions in the beans, I would take the onions out. And if I saw too many, I'd go, I'm not eating these now. What's a Funyun? Oh, my sweet summer child. Funyuns are so good. Funyuns are so good. So Funyuns are like a type of chip from everybody's favorite disgusting company, Frito-Lay. And Windows is not letting me take a screenshot. Everybody strap in. We might just lose Windows Explorer. Okay, never mind. We're good. These are Funyuns, though. Funyuns are meh. Take it back. Funyuns are so good. I love Funyuns. Oh my god, they're so good. Do onions taste like Funyuns? Lay's the most mid chip ever. They're not that bad. Rather have the real thing. Have you had a Funyun? Well, I assume you have because you said that. Like, what do they taste like? What's a real onion taste like compared to a Funyun? With way less salt? Yes. So I just need to salt the onion. I used to eat them and they'd cut my mouth. Well, that's part of the experience. It'd be like an onion. Laser glass? No, they're not. What kind of... How are you eating chips? Are you like holding them vertically and...
The most important takeaways from this thing is two. One, it completely and utterly disproves the Warner Bros. Statement we saw a few weeks ago that, oh, the video game industry is crashing because it's just so darn unreliable. We just can't tell what's going to be popular. It's so volatile. You understand? No, not at all. The video game industry is not particularly volatile in the slightest. In fact, its primary problem appears to be that it's unfathomably sedentary.
That Warner Brothers statement felt like the... Okay, I just make sure. I'm pretty sure that Warner Brothers statement is the statement they made in response to Suicide Squad, Kill the Joker. What? Not Kill the Joker. What? Was it? What was the game? The really shitty one that came out recently. I put them in horizontally, a piece pops off and stabs me. How? I mean, I've had it happen sometimes. I just think Lays are a bit too salty. Oh, okay, so it was Kill the Justice League. That's what it was. No, I feel like that statement of it's too hard to predict the industry, it's very volatile, is just to appease investors, to basically tell them it's not our fault, it's the industry's fault. Okay, all right. Just like it's... We're in the middle of the video, so I'm not going to segue into it right now. We're going to talk about Dead Space in a minute because I'm like, fuck EA. EA is such a shitty company. We'll get to that later.
Again, Fortnite is hardly a spring chicken at this point, and it itself was basically just a last-minute deviation to try and get on the, what's that game called? The shooter game that started all of this survival shootery thing, the,
H1Z1!
My interest in this particular genre is zero.
All y'all saying PUBG, you weren't there. DayZ? Nope. Wasn't DayZ. H1Z1 started the Battle Royale mode. Like, insanity.
Anywho.
DayZ's not real. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm going to die on my hill that H1Z1 was screwed over and was a brilliant game. I'm so mad that game got railroaded into the ground. H1Z1 was so much fun. You're saying that like it's a niche opinion. Who? Wait, the fuck EA thing? EA made loot boxes and microtransactions that plug games ever since. Actually, if you guys want to point the finger at who made loot boxes and microtransactions, y'all gotta talk to our Lord and Savior Gabe Newell over at Valve for making Dota 2's loot boxes or battle pass, because Dota had the very first battle pass. So you could actually blame Valve for a lot of the bullshit we had. Okay, the facetiousness aside, yes, Valve did create the first battle pass, and Valve did essentially create loot boxes with the Counter-Strike keys and everything. And we can look at TF2 and a lot of the other stuff they did that were like precursors to the case and key formula. However, I think you can probably point to someone after Valve that was the person that exploited it. Because Valve is still probably the best example of the minimal exploitation style of loot boxes, in my opinion. But they are the most egregious about it when it comes to cosmetics. Valve thought it was cool and everyone thought it was a moneymaker. That's a really good way to put it. That's actually a really good way to put it. Like, Valve is a for-profit company, so there's part of it that was definitely... Because someone's going to be pedantic. Someone on this VOD or somewhere is going to be in my fucking comments. I've been getting more and more of these lately every now and then of, well, you didn't mention the obvious thing. Media literacy is hard. I get it. It's a big word. There's many syllables there, and it's 2 words, in fact, not just one. But Valve is a for-profit company. You didn't mention that certain thing. You got them, farm them. I do. I talk about them like this. I don't want to give people attention. So every now and then when I do pull one up, it's because I genuinely want to have a conversation. Or if it's something I do want to trash on, I'm just going to hide the name because fuck you. You don't deserve the attention of the platform that I'm on. Like, nah. I'll talk about, laugh at you, but I'm not going to show your name. Your opinion bad, change it. I saw that. I did see that, Flim. That was very funny.
And Minecraft, which is older still. Like, Minecraft was a topic when I was in school, goddammit. Like, clearly here, the history isn't particularly well. The Sims, goddamn you. The Sims as a franchise is ancient.
Yeah, The Sims is just a
Legends,
nightmare now.
God help me. Actually, no. The video game industry is not very volatile. It's rather sedentary. And what becomes hits is actually fairly easy to predict because the majority of the market right now are casuals. And here's the problem, though.
Remember Sims Mobile?
The casuals are also creatures of habit. This makes it very difficult for new contenders to get into this field. It is very difficult for an outside company to try and create Fortnite because, well, Fortnite already exists. And thus, nobody is going to switch over from Fortnite to your alternative unless your alternative is absolutely mind-blowingly amazing.
There's a quote from, I believe, good old Cliffy B. Blazinski, who everybody loves to hate now, from, I want to say 2016, 2017, back whenever they were trying to release, what was that game? Overwatch competitors. What was that game? It was canceled. Battleborn. Man, Battleborn was so much fun. Battleborn got such a bad rap. For people that don't remember Battleborn, don't blame you. I do not blame you. Rip Battleborn. I played Battleborn's beta. I was there, goddammit. I was there the night that it ended. I was there the day it began. But Battleborn was a game. I know 2K published it. Who was the developer? It wasn't Gearbox, right? Oh, it was Gearbox. Okay. So Battleborn was Gearbox's like first attempt at making an Overwatch killer. There was another one that came afterwards. Cliffy B. Hero Shooters. What was the other game? He had another game. Lawbreakers. Thank you, Flem. Put in chat like right after I found it. I'm searching in the background furiously. Anyway, Cliffy B said something a couple years ago about Battle Royale in particular. And I don't think it applies to every part of the market, but it does apply to Battle Royale. And I think it applies to Battle Royale because it is very easy to get into as a casual player. His comment, I believe, if I can find it, I'll pull up the whole quote. It was something along the lines of, there are only room for, I think, 2 big games and a third. So at the time, that was, what was it? It was Overwatch and what was the other hero shooter? There was another one that was really big at the time. I don't think it was Valorant. Or was it Valorant? Was Valorant picking up steam at that point? It was Overwatch and then one other, and then there was a third. And I believe in that same statement, Cliffy B mentioned he wanted to become the third. He didn't want to become the second or first. He wanted to try and make, I believe maybe it was Siege. It may have been at that time. But he wanted Battleborn to become the third, I believe. It may be Lawbreakers. This was so long ago that it's blending together. If I can find it, I'll put it in the Discord for you guys. But it was an interesting statement because he's not wrong if you look at the distribution of like popular shooters and popular mass market appealing battle royale games. It's like the big battle royale game for a while was games. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Fortnite. PlayerUnknown's is going away. Warzone, Fortnite. PlayerUnknown's is now number 3. It's not number 2 anymore. Fortnite is 1. It was PUBG. Then in Warzone. And then Warzone and PUBG swap places. And now I don't know what PlayerUnknown's is doing. I don't know if anybody even plays it. It's got a healthy player base from my understanding. I don't know anybody that plays it, though, personally. I don't know if that rule applies to anywhere else in the market, to be honest. At all. I think it was like TF2. Team Fortress 2 has always just been in the background doing its own thing. I feel like it's still huge, apparently. That I'm not surprised by. PlayerUnknown's was... Well, if you like DayZ, you're going to like PlayerUnknown's because it felt like DayZ. That's why a lot of people from DayZ like crossed over to it. It was DayZ a little bit more accessible.
Or somehow manages to tickle the pickle of the casual audience even more so. And this can happen on occasion with Call of Duty, for example, which I do believe was, there you go, Call of Duty Modern Warfare there. Because Call of Duty was once actually the outlier. It was the competitor to Medal of Honor, which was the
Nobody remembers Medal of Honor.
Multiplayer kind of thing, right? And then Call of Duty came up from behind it, appealed better to the audience and to a wider, more casual audience as well. And now Medal of Honor, hell, most people probably don't even remember that it was a franchise. So it is possible, but it depends primarily upon your ability to debase yourself yet further. As the wider market, as we often call it, right, it is real to a degree. I like to call it, the illusion of the wider market or the mystical wider market, because for the majority of titles, it is a false mirage in the desert. To Total War, for example, the wider market is absolutely a big fat lie because you're a Total War game. You will never be Fortnite. No matter how hard you try to appeal to the lowest common denominator, you will never ever reach them because they're going to look at you, a strategy game, huff, spit on you, and get back to playing Call of Duty.
Total War is for crazy people. There's my hot take on that game. I don't understand Total War. As an old school FPS nerd, I'm the only one that remembers. Hey, I remember Medal of Honor. I remember specifically back when I was playing. We're gonna get into the weeds of games. I was a kid. I barely remember these games, by the way. Before anyone's like, old! I barely remember playing these games. When I was playing games like Metal Arms Glitch in the System, and boy, I'm going to awaken some memory in somebody really quickly. A good old game on PlayStation 2 called Alter Echo. This shit's gonna make somebody's brain turn on. Hold on. Does anybody remember this? I won't be surprised if I get not a single yes. So Alter Echo was another older game. But I remember playing Alter Echo, and the friend of mine who I borrowed this from actually very, very, almost as much as I do a tongue-in-cheek like, hey, you should play FF14 person who doesn't play FF14. As much as I do that, every time I would ask to borrow Alter Echo, he would be like, hey, you should try Medal of Honor. I think you'd like it. And I never liked Medal of Honor. I didn't like Call of Duty either back then. My tastes were not where they were. You're looking at this, and if you don't see why I was like into the design aesthetic as a Jack and Daxter fan, hey, I love the Speed Racer clips. Hi, Luca, welcome in. Hope your week's been going well. We usually do FF14 content, but it's Friday, so we're just yapping, and we're gonna play Jack and Daxter when we get to it. But welcome in. Hi. But Medal of Honor didn't appeal to me, and it didn't until I think the reboot from DICE back in, I think, 2013. Because DICE rebooted Medal of Honor, 2010. And it sucks that it didn't sell well, because I'm gonna be honest, it was really good. Medal of Honor 2010, really, 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 really good. Like, if you want a good FPS story that is, if you like war movies that try to take themselves seriously, like The Hurt Locker, or crap, what's the other one? There's another really, really good one. Shit, I just watched it a few weeks ago. Whatever. If you like The Hurt Locker, if you like that style of cinematography, if you like that style of like narrative progression, go play 2010's Medal of Honor. Story's really, really solid. The ending is very bittersweet and just like, well, this fucking sucks. There's also Medal of Honor Warfighter, that is the follow-up to the reboot, the attempted sequel. Very, very different type of game. A little bit more Call of Duty skewed in terms of the set pieces, but it was good. It was also good. I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable.
For these games, success is more easily achieved. All you really need to do is go for your core audience, which is what Nintendo proves again and again and again and again. Why do we have 8 Mario Kart games? Now, bear you in mind, I don't know much about Mario Kart, so perhaps I'm wildly mistaken here, but I do believe that the core gameplay loop of Mario Kart has remained largely unchanged.
Yeah, you go around Baby Park forever and ever. When we get to it, it says sell 1.5 hours industry. Oh my god, it's been 1 hour and 30 minutes already. Holy shit. I thought it's been like 45 minutes. I'm sorry. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should bring back the all-day streams 1 day a week. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. If I can line up like 2 things to talk about that I can go on and on about, we can make it work. You can also watch Come and See and get depression. I still need to watch that. I haven't seen that yet. I still need to check it out.
Number 1. Why then are there 8 of them? Why are we still making Zelda games?
Because Zelda's cool.
Super Mario Brothers games. Because you have a thing, it has an audience, and you simply keep feeding that audience what it wants year after year after year. That is how you build a franchise. Too many developers today are trying to become Fortnite, just overnight, just like that. Oh, hey, we're an enormous success. You're not going to be. The odds of you being the next blow-up success are about 0.0000000 ad infinitum 0.1%, especially in a market already oversaturated with the next big things. Unless you actually do come up with a completely different next big thing, you're not going to be competing with the already entrenched opposition. I thought we would have learned this lesson via World of Warcraft and the MMO boom, where 98% of those games failed miserably.
What do you mean? Rift did really well. Rift did just fine. And so did Terra. And so did Firefall. They're all still okay. They're still here. Rift cope. There's so many MMOs that came out that were really good. Man, Rift was Rift was marketed well. It looked really cool. And from everything I understand about Rift, Rift's problem was the company that was above the developer. Just from my understanding, that company got ran into the ground. Well, the dev got ran into the ground by the publishing. I think it was the publishing company. Because Rift was cool, man. I didn't play it, but everything I saw about it looked so cool. And I didn't play it because I didn't have money. I was a poor child. So my MMO was RuneScape. And sometimes I had membership.
But it is the video game industry, and its ability to absorb wisdom and or lessons is equal to that of a brain-damaged goldfish submerged in a tank currently engulfed in electricity and or mustard gas. That mustard gas penetrate water? Anyways, you get the general drift. You need to create the audience. See, Total War didn't become big overnight either. It built an audience slowly but surely over time by perfecting the formula. The grand strategy in general is a fantastic...
What's he talking about now? How the deep backstory of Mario and the sad tragedy that occurred to Luigi in the first Paper Mario game actually has a lot to do with the parallels we could see in the gaming industry across the board of PC to Sony to Microsoft and to Nintendo.
Example of what new developers need to be aiming for. You need to be aiming for the paradox model. Now, paradox has gone to hell in a handbasket in and of itself, but the basic idea is still build an audience, build a niche, and then construct. And you are not even giving up the possibility of becoming a blow-up success by doing so.
Like, is Paradox the best comparison? I mean, I guess it is, but I feel like Paradox from step one has been the most destructive and disgustingly exploitive game company I've ever seen. They're worse than EA in my opinion when it comes to the level of just obvious content cut and portion serving to maximize profit. I feel like Paradox is the worst dev house and publishing company in the industry. Maybe that's a super hot take. And if it is, I'm sorry, Paradox fans. You're fucking Stockholmed and insane. For people who don't know me, who's Paradox? Paradox is... Hold on. Let me find... So Paradox is a strategy game company. They made the games, I believe, Crusader Kings. They made Stellaris, and I don't think did they do Total War? I don't think they did Total War, did they? City Skylines. Hold on. Did they do Total War? There's no way. Oh my God, did they? No, they haven't. Okay, they didn't do Total War. So let me go to Steam really quick and I'll show you something and show anyone else who's curious about why I hate Paradox so much. If I go to Stellaris, okay. If we go to the Stellaris page, and we're taking a look at like what's available. $40 game. It's what is called I believe an X3 game, which is, or 4X game, my bad. It is a 4X game. What that means is when you start a match in a 4X game, it doesn't end in like 2, 3 hours, 10 hours. This match is going to be session based. It's going to take weeks. You're going to spend multiple days probably playing this game and playing this match, especially if they're really, really good players you're going up against. It is a management game. It's really fun. I actually really like Stellaris. I don't care for Civ. Stellaris was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with Stellaris. It was really fun taking over the galactic map and just kind of working with friends to figure out trade agreements and whatnot to allow the game to continue. Really, really like Stellaris. Problem with Stellaris, though, $40 for the basic edition. Whatever. The problem is, I believe Stellaris has, if anyone plays Stellaris, please chime in here. It's like 4 races minimum locked behind a paywall from the jump. It like the first year it was out, they had, I think it was like a new race and
Ow, what a cute
secondary
race. Why are they locked? I'll free you. What's the worst that can happen?
But as I scroll down, here's the problem. You pay $40 for the base game, and you are missing. To me, a new player, it feels like almost half the content just outright is missing from the game. Just outright. You can buy it all for $290. But here, let's open up a few of these. Let's open the Utopia expansion, the Apocalypse, the Megacorps, the Federation, Nemesis, Overlord. Let's see what these are. So Utopia is build a better space empire, blah, blah, blah. Utopia brings a host of changes, including mega structures, habitat stations, ascension perks, indoctrination, advanced slavery, advanced governments. Stellaris Apocalypse brings that's no moon. Neither is that one. That one might be a moon. Wait, no. Keep local systems in line with fear of new Colossus planet killer weapons. New enormous Titan capital ships. Watch out for Marauders, space nomads,
Yes.
some non-violent features.
Advanced farming.
My problem with Stellaris, because I play MMOs, so I feel like the default point to respond to me on will be, well, isn't this the same as an expansion in an MMO? The difference is when the expansion comes out a month and a half, 2 months, 3 months after release of the base game, and they didn't release anything little before that, and it just feels like content that was cut for no reason other than to milk more money out of people, that's where it gets annoying. And Stellaris and all of their games are like this. Every game has a huge amount of content that's just chopped off, it feels like, locked behind paywalls that you have to pay for, instead of proper large content updates that are like, hey, this is an expansion. It's, hey, this is some content that we just shaved off. It's one new race and like some extra ship features, maybe some extra trade features that you can do with people. Here, give us $30 for it though. Instead of, hey, expansion for $40, 5 new races, 18 new types of planets, 6 new types of ships, and 30 new features. It's chopped up instead into 5 expansions that are $20 a piece or $30 a piece. So it just feels greedy to me. I'm not a fan of Paradox. I never have been. I never will be. I think they're greedy.
Crusader Kings 3, years after its release, became a blow-up success. Helldivers 2, the perfect example. Nobody played Helldivers 1. Okay, that's a bit of an example.
Your wallet looks heavy. Mind if I carry it?
No. I need my wallet to buy Mog Station items.
I'm saying, right? And then Helldivers 2 arrived, and boom! Everywhere. It's now one of the biggest games, and when this list comes out for, 2024, etc., it's probably going to be on it. It's probably going to be competing with Fortnite, actually. You've got to construct franchises, video game developers. You cannot go for one-and-dump games anymore, because the market of hits is probably dead. And this does suck to a certain degree, absolutely, because what I'm essentially saying is you've got to make, this is my franchise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that hardly encourages innovation in the gaming market. And I wish it wasn't so. I wish we could return to the days of, Company of Heroes and Dawn of War, where games would release and they would at least have something special about them, right?
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Why is it so loud?
game market, Dawn of War 2, and one with the sync kill animations. The sync kill animations weren't anything particularly, revolutionary when you think about it. All it really is that units look cool when they kill each other, but at least it was something, right? Especially compared to Dawn of War 3 or Company of Heroes.
I don't know if I agree with the whole franchises are the new thing. The singular release hits are the thing of the past. Because if we go through, if we look at the PC market, how many of these are actually like franchises? So Fortnite is a one-hit wonder, so we can knock that out. Roblox is propped up because of how many kids have access to it. Minecraft is similar, but Minecraft is also just a really, really solid game. And that's not to say Roblox isn't a solid game. Roblox is a game that is propped up by a market that it has access to, though. That The Sims doesn't have access to, and that League doesn't have access to. I'm sure there's crossover between League and Roblox, but I don't think it's as big as people would think it is. Maybe I'm super wrong. Maybe I'm just crazily wrong and off base, but Valorant's new. It's its own thing. Rocket League is its own thing. League is its own thing. I feel like there's a decent spread across all of these of games that are not part of franchises and are single player, single entry things, or single entry things that blew up, except on PlayStation. PlayStation is very, very much skewed to, it's a it's a franchise game.
It's the new one, so on, so on. The key really is to find one thing to innovate on, one thing to advance further, and then continue to building. Helldivers 2 could be used again as another excellent example of this. Helldivers 2, he doesn't reinvent the wheel in any real regards. It simply perfects the extraction shooter formula and adds in a couple of cool tidbits here and there, like for example the mini rhythm game almost, where you use your arrow keys to call in call-ins, for example. Call-ins. Well, I suppose it's technically correct. That was a brilliant idea because it adds in a tremendous amount of stress to the act of calling an artillery barrage, particularly if you're getting pelted by laser fire as you're doing it. So please, video game developers, stop trying to be Fortnite. You will never be Fortnite. Now, you could potentially eventually become a Fortnite-esque thing if you build on it. And this goes out specifically to Warner Brothers as well. The volatility of the franchise. The franchise is set in goddamn stone. It is simply that you are trying to compete with stone on being hard. And thus, unless you happen to be a diamond, you're probably going to lose out. Especially when you have a tremendous amount of potential IP power like Warner Brothers. What you need to try to do is be Mario Brothers rather than Fortnite. And this goes out to all of the smaller developers as well. If you're making a game, make it for your audience first. Once you've constructed a base, then you can build on that base. And once you have a loyal fan base, they will almost never ever abandon you, even if you repeatedly and consistently abuse the shit out of them.
I don't know if Flim is still here, but how's Destiny going? I feel like that's a Destiny drive-by. Sonic in a nutshell? Yeah, Sonic 2. Sonic and Destiny. But Warner Brothers owns DC, right? Because they've had the same behavior with actually, let me see if they do own DC first. I want to make sure I'm not just I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. Yeah, it is Warner Brothers. Okay. They do this with DC also. They saw the major success that Marvel was having. And they saw the major success that was coming from the first Hulk movie, followed by Iron Man, Iron Man 2, forget whatever came out between 2 and 3. And eventually Marvel branched that into the Avengers, because we got the Captain America movies and we got the Thor movies, and we ended up at Avengers, and it was super cool. It was really, really strong. There was a strong foundation. DC has tried twice now, 3 times almost, to do a Justice League or DC hero crossover type movie like the Avengers without setting up any foundational, just here's each character that you care about. Now here's all of them together. Other than, hey, it's Batman again. You guys like Batman, right? It's the 8th Batman movie. Eventually we got the Flash movies, but I don't know. I don't know how well those were received explicitly. All I know is I don't give a shit about the Flash.
Which again, Total War has so neatly and thoroughly proved. Oh, God help me, Total War. It used to be a great franchise. Used to be. Though, even then, you can only beat a dog for so long until it starts biting you back, I suppose. As I've been playing the Lord of the Rings mod for Medieval 2 quite a lot recently, and whilst it is definitely designed for people who have played a lot more Medieval 2 recently than I have, and thus certainly has some mildly unfair elements to it. Just the act of playing Medieval 2 again is incredibly zen. Like, the game just feels so much better. The pacing of it, the interface, all of it just, it's like coming home. It's a warm path after the trials and tribulations of modern day Total War and Pharaoh.
Do you guys get that with old games? Because I get it with Jak and Daxter. Like, I get that with Jak. I get that with, if I go play the old Ratchet and Clank games. If I go play, I was about to say Demon Souls, but that one's explicitly a bias. That one's not fair. That's a bad comparison for me to say. Marvel allowed all characters to shine in the sequels. DC just made the other characters show up out of nowhere. That's what I mean. They didn't have a foundation. But I can always go back to play Jak and Daxter. I can always go back to play Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight. I can always go back to play Metal Gear Solid 4. I can always go back to play like Mario Sunshine if I'm tired of modern games. And it's not even that they're older and I've played more of them and I am nostalgic for them. Because I'm such a snob when it comes to input issues in games or behavior of mechanics. Don't quote that. It's like I think it's more of a lot of modern games. I don't know, I hit this weird resistance of lack of polish or lack of care on the initial release. Unless it's an indie game, in which case it's like I can go play Momo. I can go play Citus 1 and 2, to name a rhythm game. That's a genre people don't normally think about. But there's more modern rhythm games that I'm just not a fan of. I hate Thumper. Everything I've seen of Beat Saber, I'd probably just not be super into it. Like I'm so picky with games that I don't think I could go play Dying Light 2 or Dead Island 2 even the way I could go back and enjoy Dying Light 1 or Dead Rising 2, where on release the game felt whole and the mechanic aspects of it also felt complete and not just like a rushed out the door or half-hearted measure to tick a box of functionality that the game has in it or send out with a, oh, we can patch it later and fix this part attitude.
I guess even building the franchise can go wrong on occasion if you forget about your actual audience. But still, that, in my opinion, is the takeaway of this. Don't try to be Fortnite. Try to be, if anything, Medieval 2. Yes. Or Grand Strategy in general. 9.6 years, eh? Honestly, I was hoping for it to be more on PC. Do let me know what you think there in the comment section below, as well as this is an interesting little topic. But when it actually comes to like the oldness of it, that in and of itself is kind of a non sequitur in my opinion, because of course game design, again, to be played forever, will be played forever. Not to mention, when you are looking at top played games as well over a year, unless you are looking at the flash in the pans, the miracles like Helldivers 2, you're unlikely going to be dethroning anything like Fortnite.
It's frustrating because I as much as I don't like the and it is the reality of it, of game designed to be played forever will be played forever. I get it. Like, I really, really, really get it. I still go back and play RuneScape sometimes. I will play FF14 until the day it's gone. I might get into WoW at some point. I have an ESO key now. We might check out ESO at some point, and we might do more MMOs on stream that weren't, the expectation for me. Maybe. But really, there is something to be said with developers not wanting to take risks. And it's easy to say, hey, don't be Fortnite. Go be Medieval 2, as Artcast was saying. Or Archcast. I hope we see a shift at some point of devs, and not even just devs, but I guess publishing houses being more comfortable with making a genuinely fun and engaging product where, yes, profit is obviously a required part of the equation because you need to fund.
I promise you this. I will give you the best criminal defense that money can buy.
What do I need a defense from? But I hope we see some sort of shift eventually, which we won't. We probably won't. From this environment of a game needs to make an insane amount of profit to warrant a sequel. Because as long as if it's paying for itself and it's funding the portion of the next project. By the way, do you have a save file right after the intro cutscene so you don't have to watch it? What do you mean? Oh, I don't. If I die, I'm mostly going to run through for practice right now. More than just... I like a legit attempt. Because there are later parts of the game that I'm not shaky on, but I'm not perfect at. So I don't want to risk ending up with the situation of, oh, we made it to the very end. Oh no, I whiffed it. But I brought up EA earlier because for people that don't know, there was an article on Bloomberg by Jason Schreier a little while ago about what. Aren't there crates down there? Did they all get blown up? Am I insane? Okay. There was an article on Bloomberg, though, by Jason Schreier about why about why Dead Space hasn't had much movement after the reboot release. And apparently... Oh, come on. Apparently Dead Space is shelved yet again as an IP because the reboot did not meet expectations. From my understanding, Dead Space 2 did not flop. I don't know what kind of insane expectations they had for the IP. Yeah. My reaction entirely. Just a simple exclamation and disappointment with EA once again. Of them obviously just having no desire to foster the IP's growth or reemergence. Just, oh, it didn't explode in popularity right away. I guess we can't further this avenue. Now, from my understanding, I did see some like clarification on the article that was, and I'll pull up the article in a second and go over it for posterity's sake. That was, it wasn't Dead Space 2, the game, being the canceled project internally that they were working on. Apparently it was something else. I don't know what explicitly it was. Knowing the current environment, probably like a TV show or something. But it's a shame that a game being, from my understanding, successful, in this case, the Daxter talking is so distracting. In this case, the Dead Space reboot. Because I don't think it flopped. I think it did okay, right? You know, a Hat in Time Deathless Run would be cool. Ooh. I don't know if I don't know if I have the confidence to do that. Are you serious? Hold on. That's a lot. A Hat in Time Deathless is a lot. I feel like there are 3 levels in that game that are brutal. They're not terrible levels. They're just really unforgiving.
Quick! We have to get to the power cell before the Pelican scoops it up again.
Oh my god. This camera! Oh my god. Oh, fuck off! God damn it. Come on. Are you serious? You stupid bird. You cannot roll on that nest. That is so obnoxious. You have to wait till you're over it or Jack just crouches. But I don't know. The entire industry is very frustrating is how I would describe it right now. There's no new games being given a chance. And the ones that are very small indie games. And that's not bad. Like, indie games are fun. But we don't see any AA games anymore. And I think we talked about it a while back on stream that I wouldn't be surprised if AA games end up making a comeback with how the market's currently going. The giant pushback we've seen against $70 games. And on top of that, the complaining we've seen from higher up in the industry that budgets are too unsustainable outright. It just costs too much to make the games anymore, and it's just a problem. Oh shit, I'm missing 5? What am I missing? Where am I missing orbs from? Got all the ones behind the thing. Am I missing I'm not missing orbs in the water, am I? Oh, I know where they are. But hopefully we see more, not risky games, but non-cynical games. I want to see some fun titles come out more. Like a higher budget Pizza Tower would be very, very pleasing to see. I don't even know how that formula would work in like a 3D environment, but I'd like to see one. I'd like to see some, because I think in the 2D environment highlights my problems with it. And for people that don't know, I don't like Pizza Tower because the momentum loss that you have to almost subject yourself to when you're going fast is annoying. I don't like the momentum loss. I like good flowy movement in games. Someone made it in 3D. Is it a good mod or is it like a bad mod though? Gotta milk those cows.
Oh, it's you. Just resting my tired paws.
It's really short. It's a fan game. Okay.
Into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get him back into the corral?
Sure. I'll slap your yak cow's asses. It's an interesting showcase of what it could be. Is it on Itch.io? Probably. Did Flem stream it? I assume Flem streamed it. Because I could just watch and see if it looks any better. Because I would have noticed if I didn't like, or I would have noticed the momentum issue, probably. If I would have watched Flem play it, but I saw Pizza Tower and I didn't want to spoil myself, so I just went in blind. So I can probably watch that and... Unless it's one of those games like Omega Strikers where it's difficult to tell if it's good or not.
That lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go.
Because Omega Strikers is a very interesting game. Because with Omega Strikers, it's so slow to watch that I would not bemoan anybody who was like, I don't like Omega Strikers. It looks very slow and boring. It is one of those games that I know people hate this, but you gotta play it. And Omega Strikers is dead. Like, it's unsustainable. The devs came out back in, I think, January and mentioned that they weren't going to put any more updates out for the game, which sucks because Omega Strikers was super cool. I liked Omega Strikers, but it was very niche and it wasn't fun to watch, and it wasn't fun to even watch the marketing other than the music was really good. And I think that's what killed Omega Strikers is it's hard to... Oh my god, Kara, please!
Meet me by the entrance to the fire canyon by climbing the cliff behind the farmer's house.
Yes.
Power cells. And hurry.
Yeah.
My father says he's seen more lurkers around.
Ah, we're fine. Hello, farmer. Can I have my power cell, please?
Those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
Thank you. Was this a link to the game? No, not what I want. Oh, I think I remember Flem actually like looking at this. Oh, it's first person though. Oh my god, stop it. It's first person though, right? Gonna be starting college soon, so I've decided that I'm going to just release what I have to you guys. Wow, that sprite is terrifying. If it was third person, I would love to give this a shot. Because this is making me think of Neon White, and I loved Neon White. Neon White was really, really fun. Well, to a point. We stopped playing Neon White because it got too complex for its own good. And if you're on the Neon White streams, you'll already know what I'm talking about. Because I was complaining about it back then. But the later levels of Neon White just kept getting... They kept asking more and more for no reason. At least it felt like for no reason. Where it was no longer just try to get to the end of the level quickly. It was get to the end of the level and kill these things. Get to the end of the level and hit these things. Get to the end of the level and make sure you change your elevation every time you hit these things so that you can reach this objective or this item. It's like, I don't want to do that though. I just want to get to the end of the level and beat my time with every subsequent attempt. But eventually, I feel like Neon White stopped letting me do that as a player when the whole point of the game is to just go super fast. And the lore was fun. I liked the little videos and things that happened, you know, in between the actual cutscene moments. Those were fun.
Go fast, eat ass.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Mayor, please. I thought you have another power cell for me. Oh my god. Maybe he does it? Hold on. Scout flies 90 to the mayor. Yes, he does. You cheap bastard. Okay, so I need to get those first.
Hurry up with those power cells.
Kira, you're gonna be waiting a little longer. You shouldn't have just headed over there. Do you think, do you think doing more deathless runs of games Mario Sunshine Galaxy would be... Wait, do you think of doing more deathless runs of games Mario Sunshine Galaxy? I would like a deathless run of Hat. I don't know. Like, I still haven't done this one. I don't think it's fair of me to... Fair to me or fair to you guys for me to, like, make a list and go, we're going to do deathless runs of 8 different games, guys. When I haven't even completed this one. I thought there was a power scout fly up here. Okay. And I'm already forgetting like where I need to go. It's been so long, my routing has already left my brain. We need to talk to the sculptor before we head to Misty Island, though. I do know that. Whoa, little furry dude!
Little furry dude!
Oh.
Thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what? My muse.
Haven't you ever seen a muse before?
Honestly, bean badge cheese hat.
Size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Man, I love this guy. To be fair, there was some jank, especially the Snow Mountain Death was cheap. Oh yeah, no, it was bad. With that one, I forget what that's called. Shield generator? It's not even a shield generator. I forget what it is. I can't think of it. Yeah, whatever they're called. I'll just have to approach those differently. Because that one is a problem. If anything, that will be like the consistent deathless run killer. I'm trying to think of anything else that would explicitly be an issue. Maybe the jumps at the end of Golem Maya's Citadel. Some of those are really rough. Some of those are not great. Like there are a few areas that if I mess up, it's like it's just me. It's just on me.
This place gives me the creeps.
But there are other areas that
It's a whole new experience when you're covered in fuzz.
the old video game jank kicks in. And even then, I'm not gonna make that the full excuse because Jack feels really good to play. Oh my god. Great, this is what we're doing. Great, we're just going all the way through. Because I can't do my jumps. Ah, you bastard! Oh my god. Jack, please. Ah! I've been playing too much Jack 2. I'm used to the Jack 2 inputs. God damn. Oh my god. Also, Sly Deathless runs. I've never played Sly Cooper. So if we ever did Sly Cooper, it would be a blind run because I've never played it. I dodged Sly. I dodged Sly like I dodged Treasure Planet for a long time. Where I have nothing against the franchise, I just never played it as a kid. Mostly because I didn't have the ability to have multiple games. So a lot of those games from that time, it was, I got to pick one of the 5 that were out. And my one of the 5 was Jak and Daxter. And then my next one of the 5 was on PlayStation 3. And it was Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction. When's the next watch along? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Oh, bullshit. Come on. Okay, well, that's good to know that my hitbox does not extend up on my punch. That's nice. I was thinking we might do the next watch along in like 2 weeks, maybe. Again, I have to like make sure my schedule can fit with someone else's. Because I had to make sure Pongu's free. The next watch along will likely be the Sonic movie sequel, though. So we'll probably do Sonic 2. Because I really want to watch Sonic 2. I did see that there was a Knuckles. I wish that was more exploitable. That little jump bug is so useful. But it's also useless. I did see there was a Knuckles movie, or Knuckles TV show coming out, though. And the tagline was, "His watch begins," I believe, which made no sense to me. I have no idea what that's referring to. I'm not a Sonic fan. It just seemed weirdly aggressive.
I have to admit, I'm impressed. You two didn't screw up.
I never screw up.
Now that the lurkers can't open
I'm perfect.
they can't flood the world with dark eco and cause untold destruction. Wipe that ridiculous
Ah, almost perfect shots.
Get on with it.
No clue. Here, hold on. Can I pull it up real quick? Knuckles TV series? Where's the poster at? Yeah, here it is. So there's 2 of them. There's this one. He just hits different. Get it? And then there's his watch begins. I don't understand what does his watch begins have to do with anything in any Sonic production. But apparently that's coming. We will not be watching that in the Discord, by the way. I just want to watch the sequel to the Sonic movie. Oh, this is bad. Okay, never mind. Less bad.
Let's plow into those balloon lurkers and shred them.
He's a guardian of the Master Emerald and he watches it.
The Master Emerald. I thought Knuckles was like the dumb, goofy friend. When did he get a serious position in the universe? The big green one? I have no... You're talking like I know Sonic lore. Always has? What do you mean? What do you mean always has? He was always the dumb, goofy one, I thought. You guys are saying this like I should know Sonic lore. Now he's like gullible, if anything. I know nothing about Knuckles. I know nothing about Sonic, obviously. I still want to do Sonic and the Secret Rings at some point. It'll probably be an alt channel thing. Because I don't think it would do well here. And honestly, the Jack and Daxter practice streams might be alt channel also. That game. What do you mean? I loved that game. It's the only Sonic game I've played that I... Oh, you're just going to stop moving. You're just going to just wait for me. I loved Sonic and the Secret Rings. It was the first Sonic game I played outside of the originals. And... I played one of the earlier 3D ones and I just wasn't a fan. And then I bought that one on a whim.
They changed his character a lot. He was headstrong but gullible, but then went to lovable goofball, then back to serious guy again.
Okay. All I've seen is like the goofball then. No, I bought Secret Rings on a whim though, because I think I had like $20 or something and I was at a Walmart and I saw it in the bargain bin thing for video games on the Wii. And I went, the art's pretty on the cover. I like the cover art and the back of the box makes it sound at least like I won't hate it. And I have $20. So I then bought it and I enjoyed it. It was okay. Also, we're going to have a big yap session tomorrow before we start FF because I need to talk about Square Enix and some FF14 figures. Whoa, did those just not fall? Okay. I need to figure out how to do that consistently. That was cool. Didn't work that time, though. Oh, did they mess up the figures? Something like that. Like we'll talk about it in depth tomorrow, but I think they're like $400. The Heidel and Zodiac figures that people were buying for some pre-order bonuses finally started shipping, and let's just say they're not packaged very well. But we'll get to it because I purposefully set up my webcam and everything proper. My lighting's a lot better, so keyboard cam might be a...
It's an ambush, Jack! It's an ambush!
Why was that opening? That doesn't normally open, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Like, usually I have to do the ambush sequence, right? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm not crazy. Or maybe I am crazy. Maybe it's always been available that fast and right away if you just cycle around the outside of the arena. Anyway, though. There's been a lot of problems with the figures from FF14. Square always does really cheap sourcing on the actual creators that, not the creators, but the companies that produce the figures. Or they do really weird ones, which I'll show tomorrow as well. But there's also some other stuff going on with FF that I want to talk about. It's not like drama related stuff within the community or anything, but it's mostly just Square related things. Oh, come on. So we'll probably yap for another like 2 hours tomorrow before we start up. And I think on Sunday, I'll probably end up streaming on the alt channel after stream. Because I know I posted about the alt channel and announced it on Tuesday, I believe, which was super early. But since there's no schedule over there, they will just kind of happen. A lot of it this week, like I've had times where I wanted to go just stream on the alt channel, but I've had like projects I need to work on. So I finally finished up the shot list for the inventory video. I just need to record all the shots and B-roll now, and then I can edit it together and have that video up. But I've been procrastinating on that video for a very, very long time. Mostly because I've been having more fun editing down the yapping segments than working on a scripted thing. But I need to get a scripted video done and just out. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh, that's an interesting little. No. What the Jack? Oh my god.
So is SL Alt Weld your darky plier?
I mean, I expect the streams over there to be like this. Like post yap, we're just kind of playing a game and talking about things. That's my intent. But I'm probably not going to be like in stream mode on that stream all the time. Because I want that channel to be a place of more... Not unfiltered, because I don't filter my opinions on things really at all, but less forced presentation when it comes to the focus of it. So it might just be like if it's 2 p.m. one day and I want to just fish in FF for a little while and maybe talk about something, we'll talk about it over there. I don't really have any expectations for that channel other than that. We're still missing... That's the one on the edge of the platform, I believe. And we're missing 5 precursor orbs, which are not around here. I got all of these. Where are those orbs? They're not up at the top of the little barrel dodging thing. It's not here. I got all the precursor orbs in the water, I believed. Oh, I know where they are. They are over by the last precursor, or the last power cell that I need. But I'm going to try to make sure the alt channel streams are not sparse, but very much separate from the main channel streams, because I don't want to basically end up talking about things that are main channel worthy on that stream. Because I feel like talking about main channel things on that stream would defeat the purpose of it existing. And I don't want anyone to feel like they're missing things by not going to the alt channel streams, since they're going to be so unscheduled. I feel like that's unfair. At least to me. So these like little practice runs and things will probably be alt channel things from now on. And we'll just do them on weekdays right now. That, and like at least at the moment I'm in a place where I can do alt channel things like that. Because right now I'm currently just not working. I'm taking like a break from jobs so I can focus on stream a little bit. But once I'm in another like position of having a job, then it'll be my afternoon hours aren't free anymore. So I'll have to, I don't know. I'll figure out a way to branch them together. The alt streams might become post-stream stream on like Fridays or Saturdays at that point. That way so we could stay up late. Good on you, you deserve a break. I hate having breaks. I'm a workaholic. Everything from like my actual job to stream stuff. Like I can't stop working on things. My problem is with stream, it's getting certain things done. It's why I try not to talk about things on stream too much that I have planned, because if I... Oh, the mayor needs 90 orbs. If I talk about like redeems I have ideas for, I then don't get them done. So I'd rather just silently add things. Like the quote command that I keep talking about. It is for all intents and purposes ready. I just have to move over all the other quotes, and I kind of just want to bite the bullet and go, yeah, we're going to just wipe the slate clean and start with new quotes so we get this fun new system that you guys can use.
Nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Okay, am I missing anything? These better be the last orbs that I'm missing, I swear to God. Aha! Misty Island's done. Forbidden Jungle's done. Alright. Watch me just whiff it here. Nothing could go wrong. Can I get on this? Hello? Nothing could go wrong. On the one part of the game that I've solidified into my soul. The one, you know what? There is another part of the game that I do need to practice. It's Lava Tube. Lava Tube's insane. If you're trying to just run it without knowing it like the back of your hand.
Use the hop turn to steer harder.
And I need to figure out if there's a way in the open goal version of this game to actually load myself at a position on the map. I believe there is, because I need to practice Lava Tube. There are routes that you can take to guarantee a one pass 100% clear for all of the items on it, but I think you know, it would be crazy. Let's run an attempt Uncharted. Dude, Uncharted, such a crazy game. Uncharted, I would be more comfortable with Uncharted 2. And Uncharted 2 is already like a nightmare in some areas. Especially on hard. That game's really fun on hard, but it's a nightmare on hard. Sony needs support. Hello? 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 Is the camera stuck? Hello? What the fuck? Hold on, can I do that again? How did I do that? Hold on. I did this. I pulled the camera in. Oh, how did? Come on. How did I do that? Ah, come on. Damn it. I don't know how I did that. Crowd control. I really
Help me step 1 sand. I'm stuck.
Step 1 sand.
Find out why the blue sage disappeared. You're going to need to collect 45 power cells to fuel his machine. Go get him.
Every time it's go get this and do this. We need the MacGuffin thing. Every time. Man, I swear to God, that was so much harder on the PS2 ISO. Swear it was. I really hope if I decide to reach out to Jakku Crowd Control, there's a way to do a PS2 version. Or like, it just... Well, because OpenGoal is entirely decompiled, so I don't know. It might be easier to do with OpenGoal. Crowd Control Jak and Daxter would be so much fun, though. Wait, I need to talk to her to activate the objective, I think. I would love Crowd Control Jak and Daxter. I'd have to come up with a list maybe of things you can do, but I think it'd be fun. Because I know you could spawn lurkers probably, you could spawn the little flying things, you could spawn the zoomer, but I think the zoomer would break the game because I was playing around with the debug mode that OpenGoal has. And this game does not like the zoomer being outside of the precursor basin. The moment you try to take it outside of the basin, it will randomly crash. There's no soft lock either. It's very annoying. It will just hard to black screen. And I assume that's a game problem, not just OpenGoal. What are you doing? Go to the hole, man. I just need you to go in. Please go in. Thank you. What are you doing? Why is the little diaper lurker following me? Where's the other one? You. Yes. Go into your hole. Please go. Right.
Let's go get our power cell.
All right.
If
Easy.
Teresa Joel, Teresa Goal.
What is happening? Why is it breaking again? It literally crashed, I think. Like I'm hitting buttons, nothing's happening. Ah, damn it. Really? Why, man? Oh my God. Debugger. Reboot and debug. I don't think there's a way for me to... Oh, OpenGoal itself is like dying. Hold on. Can Jak and Daxter just stop breaking? Every time I try to play this game, it was crashing when I was using a PS2 emulator. It's crashing in OpenGoal for some stupid reason. Oh my God. Really? So dull. So dull. Oh my God.
Time to play Crash, because if it crashes is intentional.
Oh. I wish I liked Crash. I really do. I really do wish I liked Crash. Oh good, now the game audio is not being picked up. Play the racing game, it's fun. You know what's a really, really good racing game? Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed. That's a really good kart racer. Love Sonic All-Star Racing Transfer.
What would be cursed for crowd control if Daxter and Jack switch places? You control a tall Dax and a little Jack on the shoulder.
That'd be fun. Or like you could do tons of evil things too, like remove a random scout fly, but you don't know which one it is, so one of the scout flies just gets put back in the box. That would be really fun.
Did you herd those lightning moles back underground?
Yes.
Interesting strata.
Okay, I guess I didn't. Did it not save that? Oh my god. Bro, there's no way it didn't save those. Oh my god. Alright, fuck you all. I'll come back to y'all. I don't want to deal with you. You little bastards.
That's one of those flying lurkers.
Jack can't collect things for 30 seconds.
Ooh. That would be interesting. There's so many cool little evil things you could do. Maybe Jack will randomly roll for the next minute. There's so many little things you could do, though. I will say, I think it'd be really hard. Yo, hey, Evie. I think it'd be really hard. Specifically because of what I discovered when I tried to take the zoomer out of Precursor Basin. Which is, the game doesn't like it. The game seems to not like anything going awry from the plan. Because everything I tried to do in debug mode with open goal, when I tried to play with it, resulted in a hard lock. And I could not find a way around it. So I might pop up in debug mode and show you guys. I don't know if it'll be on this stream. It might be on the next one. If either I get reminded or if I remember myself. But even something as simple as accessing things early seemed to cause problems. And it almost felt sporadic in regards to when exactly the crashing would occur when I took the zoomer out of the Precursor Basin. So sometimes I would get just outside of this area and I would touch the ground and it would just hard lock.
Be aware, 10 minutes till extraction of roommate from hot zone.
Dude, I'm stuffed with meat. Do you have to say it that way, Evie? I ate a lot. What kind of meat? But I got the zoomer all the way up to the Blue Sage's little hut.
Dax gives you random lines for 30 seconds.
That would be fun. That would be fun. You be getting more game than salt, bro. My game focus is on this stream. But it was random. I could not figure out a pattern of what makes it crash. Because at first I thought it was the game is not liking the attempts to calculate physics with the zoomer with ground or items or entities that are not confirmed to be zoomer based or interactable with the zoomer. So the ground in here it was fine with, but the ground outside it seemed to be very finicky over like if it's okay with collision or if it's okay with the zoomer hovering above it or jumping above it. It could be like Mario 64 though, because Mario 64 you guys can take stars from me, right? Is it a like you could take a random star, I believe.
Nasty lurkers.
Nasty lurkers. So you could take random power cells, and I know scout flies would be my personal favorite.
There was only a piece of blood sausage left after we were done eating with the fam Saluni celebrate.
Alright, I'm just gonna... You could have that. Blood sausage sounds vile to me. We could also give... Yeah, but you guys wouldn't use that one. The other meats, maybe. The blood sausage, I'm gonna give a hard no. Not a fan of that. Wham, wow, 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 wow. I like blood sausage before, not now. What do you mean not now? What happened? Wait, hold on. We gotta do this. We gotta do this real quick. Hold on, where is it? Where do I find this? Game option. Language. Wait, is that Japanese? Yeah.
Sausage party. Let's go.
We'll just get rid of that. What? Are you gonna load? Is he okay? He's not... No, I put it in Japanese. Oh, here it goes. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. What is he do? Is he not gonna do it? Can you do the full send? He's not doing it. He's just quiet. Why? You're not doing... Okay, let me leave. Let me leave. Let me reset him. He's not doing the funny one. Hold on. Please do it. Why is he not doing it? I showed you guys this.
Maybe you have to talk first.
Yeah, maybe. I was not ready for Daxter in Japanese.
Douse to know. Ochan?
Dax sounds cute. He's way less grating in Japanese. Why? What? What just happened? Is the PS2 disc skipping? What is happening?
Was that a freestyle that was awesome?
Okay, let's see if he screams now. There it is. There's the Japanese voice actor scream. Oh my god. All right, let's put this back to English. What's Italian sound like?
Prendetevi tutto il tempo che vi serve per portarmi globi precursor. Non ho affatto intenzione di ricostruire il ponte così in fretta.
All right, anybody catch what he said? about Dutch? Oh, can I talk to him again? Hello?
Lasst euch ruhig Zeit beim Besorgen der Precursor Orbs. Ich habe nicht vor, die Pontonbrücke so bald zu reparieren.
Is there not a Dutch word for pontoon or precursor orb? Hey, let me borrow your PS2 disc. Proceeds to make a mixtape. Oh, it's so wild that other people played this game and it wasn't in English. That's so weird. Jesus Christ. Marker Japanese dub. Alright. Well, we stretched a 13-minute video into 2 hours. And then we made some more progress on Jack.
You unlocked the secret freestyle cutscene.
I might be live on the alt account later tonight to do roulettes. I don't know yet. I won't promise anything. If you want to be pinged for that, check in the Discord. If we do go live over there, we'll be doing roulettes maybe on FF, and we'll have an open party because VV's trying to level Astrologian now, so I might be helping with that. But there's a new role in the Discord. Shut up, Bucket Man! There's a new role in the Discord called Alt-Weld Enjoyer that you can grab, and I will just ping that role whenever we go live on the alt account. Don't expect redeems and a bunch of like wacky things to play with. It's mostly just going to be a background noise type of chill stream. So my goal, it's going to take me a little bit to figure out the energy, but my goal is to have it be more of like a sleep stream. You can just kind of have it on in the background. Don't have to be too focused on it. You can kind of just hang out. And then every now and then I'll crank the mic and like scream at you really loudly. I'm kidding. I would never do that. Still waiting on the day we get alt lewd. I mean, that's for people to draw. I can't just make that happen. I said I don't mind it. Just keep it out of the Discord because I can't moderate that to that degree. So it'd have to be on Twitter. They draw your lewds? By all means. By all means. If it's bordering TOS and it's able to be shown on stream, I don't know. We might talk about it on stream if it's not breaking TOS. If it is breaking TOS, obviously then I won't. But you know, my brain does this thing where I read the TTS message and then I go, no, I should stop and wait. And then I sit here. And I awkwardly just wait for the TTS. Oh, wait, I have TNG off. That would have been weird. We would have been waiting for a long time.
Sausage party!
Hold on. Hold on. Why'd that happen again? Because I turned it off halfway through and TNG is like, no, we got you though. We're going to keep it in the queue. There, I got it.
But I would love you to play Jock in Japanese next time.
That would be fun. That'd be a fun little mix-up. Because I've never experienced the game in Japanese, and I've only seen it in English my whole life. That could be cool. That could be fun. I don't know if it'd be good. That could be fun, though. Oh, we never talked about the thing in the title with Ubisoft. Damn it. We got like 5 minutes. We can blow through a quick ract. Right? So I was on r/gaming. We can blow through a quick rack. I was on r/gaming. And I saw someone talking about Ubisoft revoking keys for The Crew. For people that don't know, The Crew is an online-only racing MMO. They just flat out. That's all it is. I loved it. I had it. It was super cool. You had a shrunken down version of the United States as the map. So you could literally drive from New York all the way to Los Angeles. And it felt like a big hour-and-a-half long road trip. It was really fun. It was really cool. Well, they shut the servers down. And this opened up a discussion about digital only and ownership.
Yes, a racist game. I mean racing.
Dude, I'm like a part-time hobbyist racist, if anything. Love Euro Truck Sim. Good, strong. I'm not gonna lean that far into that bit. Whew. Stream filter almost turned off for a second. Look, y'all gotta let me end stream earlier. Just got MSG for 50% discount for close racing track. What? What's MSG? Metal Solid Gear? Or like the flavoring MSG? No, so it brought up a discussion of like ownership of digital games. And I'm in this weird place with this in particular because with The Crew, it's okay. Here's my opinion, like flat out. If you're gonna have an online only game like this, or like a COD game, right? And it's a notorious service or type of service that has in the past been exclusively peer-to-peer, meaning that if you have 3 consoles, they can be the server. And you make that franchise or that service a server-based game. Upon the end date of those servers, you should have a patch ready that you can send out that will turn off the servers as a requirement and open up the game to be peer-to-peer hosted. And then you just let people do whatever they want with it. For games like The Crew, I think that still should apply. It should be a similar situation where, yeah, there should have been a patch that has private servers available to be hosted by somebody or something. And I believe fans are working on an emulated server so that you can still play the game. That's just what I've seen in some comments. But Ubisoft has been doing this a lot recently. For people that don't know, Ubisoft had a bit of drama a while back when they announced that, hey, if you don't log into your Uplay account for X amount of time, you'll just be deleted, which means you're going to lose access to all the games you bought on our service, period. Even if you come back and reactivate your account. Well, you can't reactivate it because they're going to delete it, but you know what I mean. If you come back and make a new account, which is, I'm sorry, dog shit. If you're running an online service and you're a company like Ubisoft that has that much money, you can afford to have the .text file that has the account information stored on it in your database. You can afford it. To say that they have to delete the accounts to save server space is insane. That's asinine. But I digress. This put me in a weird chain of thoughts is how I'll describe them, because I relayed this back to younger me in my head when I played a game called SOCOM Confrontation on the PlayStation 3.
Deleted. Insert Japanese crying guy.
SOCOM Confrontation was an online third-person tactical shooter on the PlayStation 3 that was online only, which meant when the servers went down, you literally couldn't play it anymore. Period. Full stop. And it's the earliest example of that in a not MMO structured game that I can think of where that happened. And I don't remember having a huge problem with that. And I don't have a huge problem with it with The Crew in the way that I think a lot of people are. My problem with it is SOCOM Confrontation was a game that the server shut down when the player base moved on. So it shut down like in the way that Counter-Strike became Counter-Strike 2 sort of thing. SOCOM Confrontation became SOCOM 4. Now we can talk about how much worse SOCOM 4 is than the Confrontation and how much worse Confrontation was than 4 and whatever all day. But I feel like it's the perspective that matters in that case. And the perspective being, is it okay for this game to shut down? Is there a successor? And the successor to the Crew is the Crew 2, but the Crew 2 is such a different game from the Crew 1, and Crew Motorsport is a new game they're working on that is very different from the Crew 2. I don't know how everybody else feels about this circumstance that keeps occurring of devs just going, just shut the servers down. And taking keys away that you have bought access to, even if you can't play it anymore. I'm sorry. Having it on the page of a game that you did have in the past gives you the memory. It gives you the portal to actually recover those memories instantaneously. It's a tangible thing. Yes, it's digital, but it's something that meant something to somebody, and taking it from people's accounts is gross, disgusting, and negligent. It's negligent to your fans. I say as I just completely nuked about a year's worth of stream content. It's available if you subscribe, by the way, but that's content that does not represent the channel anymore. Here's a cool video of future servers can be. Oh, is this the Star Citizen thing? We will watch this at some point, I promise. If this is the server, yes, it is. Okay, it's server meshing. We will watch that at some point. We're not doing it tonight, but we will watch that at some point. But I don't know. Digital games are fucked. Buy physical when you can is my opinion still. I'm a PC player primarily, so I don't have that option. But I trust Steam in their promise to remove DRM if Steam servers go down. And I trust that I will have access to a good, not insignificant chunk of my library. Because I bought Steam. I bought digital through this platform. But if it's on console, I hate buying digital. I'd rather have physical, so I can at least look at the game.
One day Sal's roommate will cross the account just to tell her to pick him up.
You do know I text my roommate like at 10 and I go, hey, I'm wrapping up stream. I'll be on my way shortly. You guys act like I don't communicate. I'm just gone for random intervals of time. All right, guys. I'm going to pop off. I'm going to end stream. I'll see you all tomorrow for FF14. We're going to be continuing
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
We'll be continuing the Alliance raids tomorrow, and we're going to yap a little bit for probably about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before we start FF. But yeah, we might be on the alt channel tonight. I don't know. I'll have to see. But if we're up for it, if you have the alt weld enjoyer role in the Discord, I will ping you. We will be doing roulettes. Parties will be open. So if you play FF and you do want to join, you are welcome to. Ara for 2K. What if I just refund the points? Would that be mean if I just refund the points? Would that be mean? Whoa. All right. Have a good night, guys. Aurora? Hello, stream? No, Aeon! You're coming at the last second. We might be live on the alt. On the alt stream. I'll ping in the Discord for it in a few minutes. to do some FF. Maybe. Can't promise anything. Just depends on if we're up for it after stream. I just need to get a snack first. But if we're live over there, I'll see you guys over there. Party will be open. We'll be doing FF. Aeon, I'm sorry. You came in right as I was wrapping up. I'm so sorry, man. I hope your week's been well so far. We'll be doing FF tomorrow and talking about the shit show that is the Heidelin Zodiac statues that have been shattering on delivery and how Square can't do figures right. And I have my webcam set up so I can show you guys all of my figures and explain why Square sucks so much ass. And why Tokyo Otaku mode is somehow more competent than a billion-dollar company. All right. Have a good night, guys. Appreciate y'all. Bye.